Something very strange is happening in the world. Have you ever felt like some people seem to be disconnected from reality, as if they are living on autopilot without purpose, without a soul? What if I told you that this could be linked to a shocking process of humanity's purification? The truth is being hidden. There are ancient accounts, millennia-old prophecies, and even spiritual experiences pointing to a terrifying phenomenon. Some souls will simply disappear from this planet. But why? Where do they go? Is this already happening? The skeptics will try to convince you that all of this is madness. They don't want you to know what's behind this global transition. But if you're watching this video, it's because you already sense that something bigger is happening. Stay with me until the end, because in addition to revealing astonishing information about this great mystery, I have an incredible gift for you. Something that could completely change your perspective on what's to come. Where in the world are you watching this video from? Tell me in the comments so I can see how far this message is reaching. I'll try to respond to everyone. Now, get ready, because what I'm about to tell you could change everything you believe about reality. The purification of humanity, fact or fiction. Since the dawn of humanity, ancient civilizations have mentioned the existence of renewal cycles, where the planet undergoes a great transformation, and only those who are spiritually prepared can move forward. But is this just a myth, or are we living through this moment right now, before our eyes? Ancient civilizations and spiritual selection. The Mayans spoke of the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new era, where only the spiritually awakened would advance to a new stage of existence. Hindus believe in the Kali Yuga era, a period of great darkness and corruption that precedes a total renewal. The Egyptians spoke of a post-death judgment, where souls were weighed, and only those with a pure heart could proceed. All these traditions point to the same idea, a moment when humanity undergoes a spiritual natural selection process, separating those who are ready from those who are not. Spiritual and philosophical theories on the planet's purification. Many modern spiritual movements claim that Earth is not just a physical planet, but also a learning field. And when the time comes for a great transition, many souls are displaced to other places, while others ascend to a higher level of consciousness. The planetary ascension theory, for example, suggests that we are undergoing a moment of vibrational elevation, where those who cannot adapt to Earth's new frequency will simply stop being part of this plane. This could explain the feeling that some people seem to be disappearing energetically, as if they no longer belong to this reality. Another impactful theory is that of collective spiritual cleansing, which states that natural events, global crises and social changes are ways for the planet to purify itself, removing dense energies and allowing a new civilization to awaken. Signs that the transition has already begun. If this purification is indeed happening, what are the signs? Increase in natural disasters and global crises. Wars, pandemics, earthquakes, and massive fires may not just be random events, but part of a great process of renewal, change in people's behavior. Many are experiencing spiritual awakenings, seeking answers about existence, and distancing themselves from destructive patterns. Feelings of disconnection and isolation. Many people report feeling increasingly distant from society, as if something irreversible is about to happen. Acceleration of time. Have you ever felt like the days are passing faster? This sensation may be linked to Earth's energetic shift. The signs are everywhere, but the big question is, are you ready for this transition? Who are the souls that will be taken? If humanity is indeed undergoing a process of purification, an inevitable question arises. Who will be affected? Who are the souls that will simply disappear from this planet? Throughout history, different spiritual and philosophical traditions have suggested that not all souls are at the same level of evolution. Some are ready to advance, while others still need to go through new experiences before reaching a higher state. But what does this really mean? Souls at different levels of evolution. Many spiritual beliefs assert that the soul evolves over multiple incarnations, learning and developing until it reaches a higher state of consciousness. This would explain why some people seem to have a deeper perception of life, while others remain stuck in destructive patterns. Elevated soul. These are the souls that have already understood the principles of love, compassion, and connection with the universe. They seek evolution, growth, and balance. Souls in transition. These are the souls that are awakening to new realities, but are still struggling against old habits and limiting beliefs. Souls trapped in matter. These are the souls that remain tied to dense energies such as fear, hatred, greed, and control. If the theory of purification is true, then the souls that still vibrate in dense frequencies may be the ones who will not be able to remain in this plane. Dense energies versus elevated energies. Science already recognizes that everything in the universe is energy, and each thought, emotion, and action generates a specific vibration. Dense energies are associated with selfishness, extreme materialism, violence, and fear. People living in these vibrations tend to be stuck in cycles of suffering and negativity. Elevated energies are linked to empathy, gratitude, and a genuine desire for growth. Those who cultivate these feelings often report a greater sense of purpose and spiritual connection. If the planet is undergoing an energetic transition, it makes sense that souls that cannot adapt to this new vibration will be displaced to another place, a plane where they can still learn and evolve before being able to return to this new cycle of humanity. Spiritual beliefs about the separation of souls. Many traditions speak of a separation between those who are ready to advance and those who are not yet prepared. In Christianity, there are mentions of the Great Judgment and the idea that only the pure of heart will enter the divine kingdom. In Hinduism, there is the concept of reincarnation, where souls go through different cycles until they reach enlightenment. In modern spiritualist traditions, there is talk of a planetary ascension, where only those who resonate with a higher frequency will remain on the new Earth. If these prophecies are true, then humanity may be facing the most important moment of its existence, the choice between staying in the same dense vibrations or raising their consciousness to move forward. The big question is, are you ready for this change? Or does your soul still need to go through new lessons before taking the next step? The transition and the destiny of souls. We are living in unprecedented times. The world is changing rapidly, and many people feel that something grand is about to happen. But what is really behind these global transformations? Mystics, philosophers, and spiritualists call this phenomenon the Great Change, a moment of planetary ascension where the Earth and its inhabitants will undergo a profound energetic transition. But not all souls are prepared for this new era. The concept of planetary ascension. The idea that the planet goes through cycles of evolution is not new. Many traditions speak of a time when the Earth would elevate its vibration, and only those who were spiritually ready would be able to stay. According to this theory, we are now in the midst of this transition. The increasing energetic frequency of the Earth is forcing a natural separation between those who can sustain this new vibration and those still trapped in old patterns. But what happens to the souls that cannot keep up with this change? Global events as signs of transformation. If this transition is really happening, what are the signs? Conflicts and global crises. The planet seems to be in a state of growing chaos. Wars, political instability, and economic collapses are merely reflections of a necessary purification. Natural disasters. An increase in earthquakes, hurricanes, and radical climate changes may be physical signs of this transformation. Mass spiritual awakening. Many people are questioning the true purpose of existence, seeking deeper connections with the universe. The sensation of accelerated time. The feeling that time is passing more quickly may be a reflection of the planet's energetic shift. If this change has already begun, where do the souls who are not ready go? Possible destinies of souls. If the planetary transition is real, then there are three possibilities for souls that cannot adapt: reincarnation on other worlds. Some spiritual currents claim that these souls will be sent to other planets that match their current vibration. They will continue their journey in environments more suited to their level of evolution. Learning in other dimensions. Some traditions suggest that these souls do not disappear, but rather transition to a parallel reality where they will continue their lessons until they are ready to return. The end of the spiritual journey. In more radical teachings, it is believed that certain souls that refuse to evolve will simply cease to exist. They would be dissolved into universal energy and lose their individuality. What does all this mean? It means that we are facing a crucial moment where each person must choose their path. Humanity is being tested, and only those who are ready to vibrate at a new frequency will be able to remain. The big question is, where will your soul be when this transition is complete? Past lives and connections with the present. If humanity is truly undergoing a great spiritual transition, what does this have to do with your past lives? Do experiences from other existences influence how each soul will face this change? Many believe that nothing happens by chance and that we are living exactly what our souls need to evolve. The past may hold answers about our future, and that is why the concept of past lives becomes fundamental in understanding this moment. The influence of past lives on the transition. According to various spiritual traditions, each soul carries the lessons and challenges from past lives. This accumulation of experiences can determine whether a soul is ready to advance in the planetary transition or if it still needs to go through new cycles of learning. Some souls have already lived in ancient civilizations that went through similar events, and now they feel they have an important role in the transformation of humanity. Others, however, repeat destructive patterns, carrying fears and limitations that prevent them from evolving. There are still those who came into this life with a mission, prepared to assist in the great change. The question is, which of these groups does your soul fit into? Regressions that reveal secrets about the future of humanity. Reports of past life regressions by spiritual therapists and hypnologists show that many people, when accessing old memories, not only see their own past, but also glimpses of the future of humanity. Some of these experiences point to scenarios where Earth undergoes a great spiritual separation, where higher souls continue their journey at a new level of existence, while others are taken to different planes. There are reports of people who, in deep trance states, described futuristic societies with a purer vibration, without conflicts and without the dense energies that currently dominate the planet. These visions would be an indication that the transition is not just a possibility, it is already underway. The impact of karma and the purpose of each soul. Another crucial factor for this change is karma, the universal principle of cause and effect. What each soul has done in past lives can influence its position in the current transition. Souls that caused pain, destruction, and suffering without seeking redemption may face great challenges before they can advance. Those who have always sought truth, evolution, and balance, even while making mistakes, have the chance to move to a higher level. This means that the destiny of souls is not random. Each of us, consciously or unconsciously, is shaping our own journey. The question remains, what did your soul come here to do? Do you feel you have a role in this transition, or do you still need to go through new lessons before taking the next step? Signs that you're ready for the new age. If humanity is truly undergoing a period of transition, how can you know if you're ready for this change? What are the signs that indicate your soul is already aligned with this new era? Many believe that the purification process has already begun, and that some people are awakening to a completely different reality. Do you feel that you are part of this group? Change in consciousness and increased intuition. Have you noticed that the way you see the world is changing? Many people report that their level of consciousness has been expanding in an inexplicable way. a sense that reality is not what it seems, as if we are trapped in an illusion and there's something much greater behind everything. Increased intuition, predictions about events, feeling the energy of people around you, or simply knowing something without logical explanation, a sharper perception of what is true or false. You might feel that certain narratives don't make sense, and that information is being hidden from humanity. If this is happening to you, it could be a sign that your soul is already preparing for the new vibrational frequency of the earth. Detachment from negative patterns and search for knowledge. Another strong sign is the need to distance yourself from toxic habits and environments. You may feel that certain friendships, places, and even thoughts no longer make sense for your life. People who were once part of your social circle now seem distant, as if you're no longer in sync with them. Television, media, and even certain types of entertainment no longer interest you, as you feel there is something deeper to be explored. Interests in topics like spirituality, philosophy, energy, cosmic consciousness, and soul evolution begin to emerge. This search for knowledge is not by chance. It's a calling. Your soul senses that it is near a major change and wants to prepare for it. Mystical and spiritual experiences. Many people report having inexplicable experiences as they approach this transition. These may include intense dreams and visions about other worlds, spiritual guides, or even messages about the future of humanity. Frequent feelings of déjà vu, as if you already know what is happening or are reliving something important. Appearances of repetitive number sequences, such as 1111, 2222, or other patterns that seem to be signs from the universe. Feeling presences or receiving intuitive messages, as if being guided by something greater. These signs should not be ignored. If you've been experiencing these changes in your life, your soul may be trying to tell you something. What to do now? If you notice that these signs are happening to you, it means you are on the right path. But it is crucial to strengthen yourself energetically and spiritually for this new age. Practice self-awareness and seek to understand your purpose. Avoid distractions and dense energies that pull you back into old patterns. Strengthen your connection with the universe through meditation, prayer, or energy-cleansing rituals. Share your knowledge, as others may be awakening now and will need your guidance. The most important thing to remember is, none of this is a coincidence. If you've made it this far, you may already be ready for this new age. What about you? Have you noticed these signs in your life? Share your experience in the comments. I want to know who is feeling this change and from which part of the world you're watching this video. Are we truly living in the last days of humanity as we know it? This question hangs in the air, leaving us with a feeling of uncertainty and fascination at the same time. The transition we are going through is deeper than we imagine, and the answers may be closer than we think. Are we being prepared for a new era, or are we witnessing the end of an era that needs to be left behind? The big question is, who will be taken and who will remain? Do the souls that are awakening have a chance to ascend into this new reality, while others remain trapped in old patterns and dense energies? I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this. Do you believe we are in the midst of a great spiritual transformation? What signs have you noticed in your own life? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to mention where you're watching this video from. Could you also be part of this transition? This is just the beginning. The answers you seek may be closer than you think. Share this video with your friends and comment, as your opinion is more important than ever.